Sema karibuni sana, tunawapenda wageni na lazima tutaenda na kitu hapa. Kwa hivyo ninasema Noah, leo umetufungua macho na ninasema asante.
Wow. That was a time, and I'm very excited to be part of this network and the amazing gentlemen and ladies and the whole activity going on. I hope you're now logged in. I can see a lot of you checking in now on Zoom as well on YouTube. Welcome to Africa Women in Trade. And as you know, this network is a network we love to connect everybody who is engaging and wanting to get to know about what women. I know we talk about women, but today we have to have gentlemen in the house. I'm surrounded with gentlemen, and I hope so many ladies outside there are here with us. And I want to welcome you all from YouTube. As I mentioned, I can see some of you have already logged in there and here on Zoom. Feel free to ask your questions as we're going on. It's a very open discussion, housekeeping. Make sure you're muted, very important. I keep muted. Today we are using Zoom, so we are not on webinar as usual. And I would love to make sure that you are engaged, because today it's all about signing an MOU. I know we hear MOU everywhere. This time, Africa Women in Trade is signing a very official one. The first time we've done this, really, because it's all about partnering and forming strong relationship with others. So I'm so happy to be here with you all. My name is Joy Tsens, the founder of Africa Women in Europe, as you can see on the background, the mothership of the African Women in Trade that is really harnessing and supporting women in the continent, and how best can we do it without collaborating with people who are doing the same thing. So today's program, I'm so excited to really share with you what we'll be having the whole day. And I know you're all excited to be here with us. So
the members are Professor Ok Kim, Professor at Departments of Media, Arts and Cultural Content, Korea National Open University.
Okay, so
Dr.
right
Joseph
now we are having a sort of
Assistant Professor
there, so we're going to clear that out so that it doesn't come into our networking here, because it's a very engaging day. And I hope you're not hearing echo on your side. Let me know if that's okay. If Alan and if you can hear as well, let me know on your side. Good, fantastic, great. So today, as you can hear as well. Good.
Go ahead.
Thank you for confirming that. So today we are really excited because our guests are here with us. As you can see, it's a dynamic group. And the whole idea is to make sure that we really engage with you throughout, not only just now, but also in the continuous discussion from today. So we'll start off with a very, as you can see, our guest Alan is also here with us, Oye, the CEO of Farmers Network app. A very, very important tool you're gonna know today if you haven't seen, and you have also seen the video. We also have Silas here with us, Jay Odiero, and he's reaching out from Italy, and also a very, very dynamic man doing amazing work here in diaspora, and right now head of communication, international relations and Farmers Network. So I'm really excited to have him here with us today. And we also have myself as well. It's part of the whole ceremony here. And I'm not coming here on my own. I'll be telling you why I'm not here on my own later, because we talk about Ubuntu. It's all about presenting also others along the way. So I'm also going to go through the program for today. So we have already started the right on time. That is very great, but we hope with the technology, everything will stay intact, and we'll be going step by step, as you can see, according to the guest. And we'll be talking more about it, being introduced about what the Farmers Network it is, what does it mean for you as well as if you're a farmer, or even a lot of not only farmers, the whole network in the supply chain. What does it mean for you? So stay tuned and invite your guests and friends as well to, if you're on YouTube, share as well, so that everybody else is informed what is coming here, so that you're not left out. This video is recorded. I see question coming up if it's recorded. We are recording this on YouTube, so you can follow this out as well there. And then we'll have Alan coming in, as I said, together with this partner. They're even going to show you how to even log in and get it down. So get your mobiles ready, get your tablets as well ready. We are going to really have this in a practical way. So I'm really excited about this. And then later on, Silas is going to come in, and he's going to tell us as diaspora. And I know most of you are there, diaspora. What is there for you and how you can benefit from that? And we'll be open up for question and answer. So, and I'm excited to really have that conversation with all of you in this platform. So let's get on. We're going to get started. And the most important part now, probably you're wondering, I would want to introduce who are African women in trade, what are we doing at the moment, and how can you be engaged? Because some people really don't know who we are, and I would like to present you to you, giving you an idea who we are and what we do in terms of general, and how you can tap into this as well as a listener from the outside world. So I'm going to share this with you. So African Women in Trade started really as a very, very networked, wanting to connect with each other and building a network around women from different cultures. And as I even told you earlier, that it's all about the African women in Europe. African women in Europe has been there for over 15 years, going now even more. And the whole idea was to connect each other here in Europe. But we said after 10 years, how can we move beyond that? And then the Africa Continental Free Trade Area just came in and said, you know what, this is the tool we have been waiting for. We want to support other women in businesses in the continent to eradicate poverty and so many other ideas. So the vision came out to create a platform to create and to enable African women and youth in trade. Not only women, we also took the youth as well, knowing women and our children play a big role in all this. And the Africa Continental Free Trade Area was one of it. And the vision was where we decided to really work with the whole idea behind market access, as well in low, that is now national, regional, and also going global, knowing that we are, most of us diaspora are outside here. How can we support our women in business, or even any African business, and to be honest, made in African products? So this has made us come up and this with 4 pillars, and these 4 pillars was actually outlined by the women. The survey we did, we said, what support do you need? We didn't want to implement our own diaspora ideas into it. So the women and the youth brought up these 4 pillars that are very profound, where they wanted information. They are aware there's so many information, but it's very hard to choose which information is right. And from this end, we had the information and we didn't know who to send it to. So we do share this information on all our social platforms, also on emailing list, if you're a member, on a daily basis, according to how we receive them. And some of them are insights, some of them are grants, some of them are information for learning, and that's how we have grown. And market access is one of them that we work a lot and trying to make sure that we help our members to sell their product. Of course, it's a long process. We started, first of all, with a lot of activities in that, which I'll mention later. And grants and investment. We have supported, partnered with one of the organizations in diaspora who is helping our small businesses to get funding. Right now we have 10 businesses, and as well we also work together with one project that was supporting a diaspora starting business in Africa called Vidu Project, and we have over 10 business diasporans who have started businesses with their people on the ground in the continent with the program. And there was this capacity, but you cannot underestimate that, because we need to bring our, but with this, we also decided, let's work with already existing organizations. So we work with She Trade, We share all their trainings, which are free. So all of you are able to access this training as they come in. So we share this throughout our platforms so that everyone is aware of what. And we have seen some of the great products, some of you members who have really, from all this training, gained a lot from that. So, and our objectives are very clear, aligning with all that I mentioned earlier. The most powerful one is addressing the SDGs. You know, we want to create jobs, eradicating poverty, and improve the economy of the continent by working through not aid, but trade, which is one of our biggest tool, and wish to make sure our people understand why it's important to trade so that we can come out from these continuous issues that we have throughout. So we have a very strong value that we work very closely, the trust. And it's one of the biggest, if you have done businesses on the ground, especially in the emerging markets, you need to understand the trust. So we have been building trust for over 1 year, and I'm so happy that we did take time to know each other, also collaborate with others and respect each other. Despite us being in one continent, we have all different religion on the beliefs and culture, and agree to disagree and to appreciate others the way they are. And this has really been a very big, important role for the organization to get us started where we are right now. So we are focusing on different areas. We're in agriculture, import, export, finance, institution, construction, and manufacturing, and of course, youth program and women program. And technology, we cannot underestimate that, because that's what makes us even bond from me being here in Germany. And you're wondering, we are talking too much. So do we have anything we have tried to? Yes, we have. Within 1 year, we managed to get these products that you see, they were already there. They were already designed, they were looking for market access. Right now, we are looking for market in the continent as well as Europe. We have coffee, Eva's coffee, we have mustard teas, and well as also other products that have not been mentioned here. And we are really working on a very, very close. We have a big network of over 4,000 women and youth on our social platform, and ever-growing platforms. I don't want to go a little bit faster so that you are eager to know more, so that I don't feed you with everything. But the most important part here is this particular group you see here. These are the most important people, because they're the ones who have been really helping at the background. I'm here because of them, and that's why we saw about Ubuntu. So we have representatives in each country, and they're working very hard to make sure that our people on the ground, we cannot talk trade when we don't start from where we are. So we start building ourselves already in the country to understand what is important for our women on the grassroots, what do they need. And from there, we see which products are ready to move from one area to another. So we are building, it's a work in progress, and we are almost there. And I'm very excited, and I want to thank each one of them for being there for us. Of course, our partners are very important. And now you see Farmers Network is already on our partners. I'm very excited with this. We have Legal Africa, we have Seed Trace, where we came here and told you about what they do. Jumia, who you can underestimate the work they do on the continent. If you don't know them, Google, they are there for logistic issues within the continent. And of course, we partner with our own members, Africa Women in Europe, and together with AIEC, a very important organization there that works in the South Africa. We are working very closely with them, and they're having an event coming up. We'll be sharing with you as well on the platform as we go on. So what are we gonna do next? So you're wondering, we've been all virtual 1 year. Yes, we decided to meet in person. So we are gonna be meeting again this year, October, for the first time. So most of our members we've never met. And business, we need to put a face to the product. So we'll be meeting in South Africa, that is Cape Town. Follow the link as you see on the page there, and we're going to share you on the chat as well. If one of you are there, my representative, please share the links there so that people can see that also on YouTube as well. So more and more is coming. Women and youth program is one thing that we were working very closely, and I being one of them, practicing this as we speak. And this will be coming out now to all of you very soon, and to show how this is possible to make sure women and youth work together for the good of the project. And this is something that you can relate to yourself with your families. It's very possible with your parents to make sure we support each other and in a way that can build businesses and build ourselves, because we know the youth, their lack of jobs, and why not create them right from home? So this program is coming up as well, and of course the e-magazine. And one of them that I want to also mention today is, which is part of today's work, is the marketplace. This is what you're doing, partnering with others who are doing this, the job that we want to reach. So, and the Farmers app is actually going to be helping us in this area, partnering with them as well in the agribusiness, and we are looking forward to that. So check out all the countries representative there are presenting workshops. So this one is coming up next week. As you can see, it's the 28th of April. The youth are going to have a workshop, and I'm encouraging you to check out on that. The link, they'll share it as well as we speak right now on the chat, and so that you can register and join. This will be about youth and entrepreneurship, something very important. We also have the Cameroon as well, a workshop coming up as well on 30th of April. So they'll be coming every 3 months, different countries bringing different topics. These are the topics that you're having today. And this Cameroon, we'll talk about startup investment opportunities in Cameroon. How best can you do that instead of other than having the local coming in to present to us? So we're encouraging also not only the members from Cameroon to join in, also from anyone who have interest in the markets of Cameroon, join this webinar as well. We'll be sharing as well through email and on our platform. So that's to not to close everything and leave a space for others to understand how the Farmers Network now really bring us all together, and how you can take advantage of this as African women in trade, and the youth as well as in the platform. And I hope this will give you an overview. Check us on our website. We also have an email, africawomenintrade@gmail.com, and our website has all the information that I've been sharing with you. So thank you so much, and I'm going now to stop sharing and looking forward to our guests who are here, going to come now to where we now get to know what is Farmers Network and what does it mean for you. I want to welcome Alan Oyeya. I keep mentioning this name all the time, not correct, but correct me, please. Let us know about you. Anyway, where are you right now? Maybe let's start from there. Can you hear me?
Joy?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
African women in Europe, thank you very much for doing a good job. That's the first thing I have to say. From the presentation you have done, it was so attractive. And one of the things that I thought about when you were talking is that somebody called me from Ghana. They need somebody to supply them with coffee from Kenya. So they needed samples to be delivered to Ghana because they're putting in this processing unit, and they need reliable source of some variety of coffee. So as you're presenting, I thought, wait a minute, I can ask Joy to tell me about this coffee product they have, and can we link them with the guys in Ghana? So this is an example of how Africa is connecting, creating markets internally. And let me not go too much into that. I could get carried away.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Take the stage is all yours.
Let me first of all say jambo to our guests in the audience. Jambo, jambo, jambo. Jambo is Swahili word for how are you doing or good day. Jambo means hi in colloquial or local language. You can say jambo, Swahili word that has been adopted by AU. I believe all of you know that AU recently adopted Swahili as the unofficial language of communication, and we are trying to speak in Swahili a little to get by. Having said that, today I'll talk about a lot of stories, and you will ask questions. Silas will talk about stories as we go along. There is a local soap in South Africa where currently I'm seated in Johannesburg. And in one of the episodes of the story, there is the father who appears in the scene, and the father's role is stressed by the value they put on his speech whatever speech the father says is very important in the development of a child's life, a youth's life. So I know Ada and Vuyo in the audience are saying, there he goes, he's just about to give the speech ya ubaba. You know, in South Africa, they say the father's speech. So I'm about to give the speech of the father from the perspective of I like being a father figure and a mentor to the youth to help build the young professionals to achieve their goals based on my experiences. I will tell you the story of Farmers Networks app using smaller stories from other people. A typical meeting like this, a typical African meeting, of course, there are agenda, there are timing, there are programs that people have to follow protocols. But as Africans, we tend to sometimes digress. And excuse me, when in the excitement as I'm telling my stories, I go overboard a little. You know, in Africa, when you go to do a business deal or you go for a meeting, you can have 1 hour for a meeting. The greetings alone could take even 50 minutes. And then the business part could be just about signing, because what happens is if you have a connection with the decision maker, as you are talking about how are you doing, how is that cow, how is that goat, you really got a new breed of a cow which is doing well in terms of milk. Or, hey, I heard that you have a new packaging for your coffee, you know, you got it from Africa. Tell me about it. How can you introduce me to the guy who did packaging? You know, that's part of greetings in Africa. It could take so long. The business part is just 5 to 10 minutes, just signing. And that signing, that alignment just comes out of the connection you built over the first 50 minutes. So please allow me to be an African and sometimes digress with a lot of stories. Now, I'd like to say that this app is owned by 13 African countries. Why do I say so? People from 13 different countries contributed to the development of this app. So it is owned by Africans and it was built for Africans. And as we go along, you'll see expanded versions of the story of the apps from the context of different people according to their contribution towards this app. And the first person who's going to tell you the story is Joy here. As I take a glass of water, I sip a glass of water. Joy will tell you in the next 1 minute or so about how she was conversing with this farmer and asking the farmer, you know, what about the women in your farm? How are you taking care of them? And then she'll tell you about how the farmer was struggling, doing a 6-hour trip to another city to get support for his farm. He's on the road, he's dusty, he's so stressed. And then Joy just encourages the guy, Joy, let me not take your thunder. Please tell us the story.
Yeah. I know you're a storyteller, and I knew you're gonna put me here again back to this discussion. Yes, I mean, when you start networking, you always attract different kind of people. So I still don't remember how we got connected until I am always keen to hear what people are doing on the ground. And when we met over the phone, really, we have never met in person, but you were trying to sell potatoes, right? Yeah. And I was trying to look for you for the market. And the whole idea why I found it very interesting is the idea of the way because of COVID, you were stuck in Kenya, knowing that you're in South Africa. So when you come you came to Kenya, you decided to do farming. And I thought, wow, that is so brave. And the thing is that you were so eager and energetic and you wanted to solve the issues. And I remember you talking about the women in the farm, the children, they come with the children. I mean, sometimes we forget when people go to farming, it's the whole package, right? And if you're a farmer and you're an entrepreneur and you want to do this, so these are the issues that I found you in. And I think I was even excited you even found solution, finding kindergarten somewhere to have the children taken care of as the women went to do the farming. So yeah, it was a really, and then later thereafter, I think we lost contact, and before you know it, you had the solution for the app. And that's what I talk about, the beauty about even being far away as diaspora. We have a role to to bring solutions. We know their problems where they are, but how can we do it? And that's a story that I'll remember you forever. Back to you.
Yeah. That's one of the versions. So there'll be many stories that form the big story called the story of the Farmers Networks app. And then you realize that really this is a story of so many African nationals putting their best together to bring up this app. For a moment now, I want to take time to talk to the young audiences. Why do I want to talk to the young audience? It is because I stand here in my capacity as a father and a mentor of African youth. I have constantly been reminded with Ada and Vuyo that now you are the senior one. You have to help all these young people to grow in their career, grow in their social networks, grow in all kinds of ways. So I stand here to tell the youth that I'm here to support as much as I can. My intention is to help young people distill their innovations to fruition. I would love a situation where more African youth step onto the plate on the global platform to showcase success stories and have other non-Africans benchmark the African youth initiatives and projects from all countries. We want to demystify the thought that success or innovation is a monopoly of people from a certain background. No, it can be done by anybody, and you will see how it is done from the next story that I'm gonna give you. This is the story of the engine of the app. Now, there is a difference between me and the people I work with. The average age of the people in the team, the engineers, is in the 20s. I am twice their age. So really, it is the youth who are important here. And right now, they are the donkey. They need to be served with a king spoon. How? We have to help them. And I'm here to help. I'm here to share best practice, leverage my experience. And I say, if you're a young person and you don't aspire to be better than me, then you are not in the right course. Why? You have two things. You have my experience, knowledge, networks. You have access to everything about me. And you have all that is around you. You have more years to go than me. You have education. You can still get different degrees. Connect your networks and mine. Do everything in two different ways. There is no reason why you cannot aspire to be better than me. This is the encouragement and the challenge that I give the youth. We are here to support you. Talking about youth and how we support youth. Back to the story of the engine. When I was talking to Christine is from Uganda. She's the head of user interface and UX design for Farmers Network app. When I was talking to her the other day, she goes like, Alan, I disagree with you here. We have made this design. I feel we should look at this from a farmer's perspective. We should not change things. We should have it in the eyes of farmer. And then the other engineer is called Diallo. Diallo is from Burkina Faso, but Diallo is also connected here. Diallo would look at me from the side of his eye, and I know what's going on in Diallo's head. He wants to see how this debate is going to go, because Christine is very bold, and she tells you what is in her mind out of conviction, yeah, with all due respect. So Diallo would go check. Diallo is a midfielder, like in the team. If you know about football, Diallo is a guy who gets everybody's part, puts it together, and fixes the prototype. Diallo is responsible for prototyping and design sprints. So he does it very well, smiling as he watches this discussion going on. And then Tosh Gitonga is here, Evans. Evans is a specialist in front-end design and iOS topics. So Evans would go like, sometimes we don't have to stick to the design. We try and look at aspects that can be workable and try and change some, a little though. And then Mishak, the back-end designer, wades into the discussion and boldly says, no, Alan, what is important is the logic. Tell me what is the logic so that we can code and fix it. Now, this is really how the debate goes on as we develop the app, as we have developed it from before. So I'm just trying to put you in the mind of the works that are going on by different Africans. I've talked about Burkina Faso, Uganda, Kenyan, South Africans doing this work to just put it all together as one. And then just a little on one character. You see, Christine is a lady in a field dominated by men. Christine is in her early 20s. She has been given such a huge responsibility. She has successfully developed the user interface of the app. This is an African, a young African, a woman. It is the example that we want to show people. It can be done. And all young people listening out there know that there is no excuse. You have a living example in Christine as a woman. And the men have examples in Evans, in Diallo, in Meshach. And then comes Bismarck. Bismarck is the other member of the team that is also very interesting. I remember this time when we were almost launching, the night before the launch, we had done some changes on the application and we wanted to finally upload the changes onto the Play Store console. Do you know it took us 2 hours to try and fix it? By 8 p.m. on the eve of the launch, we hadn't successfully uploaded. We were so stuck and we were so tired and so stressed. Bismarck is responsible for a lot of networking, a lot of connectivity stuff. He's also a software engineer and a very good app developer. So Bismarck comes, looks at us, sees we are tired. I told him, Bismarck, can you just take over? I'm done, and Ivan's batteries are also down. He looked at it. Do you know, Bismarck uploaded those files within 5 minutes. And we've taken 2 hours to try and fix this. How? Bismarck just figured out that the bandwidth we're using was low. We just needed to increase the bandwidth and then Bismarck smiles like he has done nothing. Now, that tells you the kind of person Bismarck is, and also gives you an idea of the whole team. All these guys work together, they gel together and make such a good team which has developed this app. And now we're giving you one aspect of the story. I will ask Evans to come shortly to be able to present the features of the app so that you see what we are talking about. You will be able to see it live, and then later on, Silas will talk more about investor stories and then those kind of topic. Take it away, Evan.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Let me just present very fast what you're supposed to do. I'll present, for now, I'm going to present the Android version. We have the iOS, the one that I'm supposed to upload it tomorrow, and also the Huawei. We have the account, it's just a matter of uploading. But for now, let me display the Android. The first thing that you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to go to Play Store. And as you can see, we have Farmers Network. You just type Farmers Network. The second one, just tap on it. You can see for me, I'm a beta tester. That is how I've been included as a tester on Google Play Store. But for you, since you are not a tester, you're not going to see that message that says your internal tester, blah, 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 and so forth. And now that I have already installed that one, I'm not going to go through that process. So it's just a matter of going straight to where we have that APK, not the APK, but app that have been installed. Then here, I'm going just to display a few things. We have the following. There's a landing page, we have the sign up, and then we have the login. If you go to sign up, this is what you can enter the details and so forth. Let me just wait for, there's a network issue. If you tap there, yeah, you can see we have a drop down of the users that we can have. We have the farmer. You can switch between the farmer, the service provider. If you switch to service provider, it's taking a little bit of a small time, a little while, so that now it's going to populate, because this is something that is coming from the back end. So then we are going to have a list of it, but for the purpose of saving time, I'm not going to go into details. Now you can switch on, you can switch between the countries. For example, if you're in a different country, you can just tap on this flag and so forth. And then you can enter the country like, let's say like Cameroon, for example, Cameroon. I think we don't have it, I think that one. Yeah, like that. Then you enter the details. Once you enter the details, then you're going to sign up. Now there are some few details that you can see down here. We have the terms and conditions. You can tap on the terms and conditions. So these are the terms and conditions. You can scroll up. Then there is another one that we call a privacy policy. That is something that is very crucial when it comes to data protection. You can just tap on that, and then you have this one. Still mirroring is taking some process. Yeah. So that is the privacy policy. This one is very, very important when it comes to data protection. So let's go straight to logging. So for now, I'm going to use an example of a farmer. Let me just wait for it to mirror correctly. Okay. Minute, there is a problem with network. That's why it's taking some time to do that. Now I can add farmer. I can log in as a farmer, then farmer. Then login. So once you have the correct credentials, this is what you are going to get. You can see the first thing on top of there's the logo. The other important part, there is the bell. The bell is going to show all the notification that the farmer requires to have. For example, we will be awarding points to the farmers because of using our app. So there, we are going to add a small icon. Any action that the farmer does on the app, there is some points that he or she is rewarded. The other thing is that there will be push messages. These push messages, for example, a farmer may receive the orders. Remember, here we have a market. So a farmer can see a small, like a small, on that icon, we can add the numbers there. You'll be seeing some numbers there, displaying the orders and so forth. That's all about notification. Go to the download. We have then hello test farmer. If, for example, I log in as Evans, I'm going to see Evans' name there, Evans Gitonga. The other part is the download. On the download part, this part, we are going to have the following. One, this part is where now the farmer, because we want to digitize everything that we are doing. One of the most important things that we consider is what we call the touchless card, the virtual card, that business card that a farmer can give to his sorry for that interruption. I'm saying a touchless card, it's that card, it's a business card like the normal business card, but this is an e-business card. So you can give it, or she can give it to, or send it via WhatsApp, Messenger, and other e-platforms for marketing. Then on that note, on this part, we'll also have to add other downloadables, that such as reports. We know we have the business part of it. So here the farmer can download the income statement, the balance sheet, the cash flow, and so forth. Below it, there is what you call the news update. In case there is an outbreak of something, or there are some news, here is a critical part whereby we'll be plugging in, or we'll be feeding in the news. Below it, then there is the reward. Of course, I've talked about the points that are being awarded for that. And then there is the point redeeming. There is a part of redeeming on that. Then we have the business page. Here is all about entry. As you can see, it's going to list the farms that are there. It's taking some time to load because of the network issue here. But you can see this is an example of a farm. And under the farm, we have the plots. So under the plots, you can add the details about the plots. You tap here, you add, like, for example, I can add, let me just look at that. Let me just add, like, we have the 90. I can add one so that we have 100 on that. So all the field activities that are supposed to be done, all the expenses, this is where now entry will be done. Then after that, you can see some 100 has been added to 90. It is 190. The same case applies to revenue.
We are giving too much. Let them discover. Don't take away their joy of discovering all this exciting stuff that are on the app. Eh? So we let everybody who download sees all the exciting stuff. Eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I should just show the interface.
Let them discover. You know, it's like telling somebody a story about a movie they haven't watched. You know, so I think we can leave it at that. Huh? Okay. So yeah, I would encourage everybody to download the app and try it. There are so many features that meet different user requirements. There are features that deal on enterprise management. There are features that deal on how to get resources or how to get support. Support here could be an agronomist, a veterinary officer, a land surveyor, an irrigation specialist, and you know, it could be called logistics specialist. So it has different things catering for everybody. There are communities where you belong to or you'd like to join. There are markets. There are things like chat. You know, there is a chat feature just like WhatsApp chat. Right at the bottom, you'll see an icon of a chat where you can get in and form groups and chat and have fun. So there's a lot. You know, you just have to play around with the app and find your space, because not everybody will be using every feature. Somebody will say that, for me, I prefer this feature, which is great. I was talking to Sipiwe Sitole in South Africa. She's a farmer in Arizona. And she was saying her favorite part of the app is just reports. After working a whole day, she doesn't want to sit and start compiling reports again. She's so tired, but she appreciates that reports are very important. So how does she do it? Farmers Networks give her the solution. And I invite you to try it. Having said that, I just want to move to the next story about how investments go and allow Silas to tell us the story about investment prospects and how we have tried investment before using farms, using crowdfunding systems, using all kinds of business model. Silas, you can take it away.
Yeah, just before he joined, because I want to encourage my people to download. I hope we are all downloading as we speak. Kindly stop sharing so that we can see what people are doing there, just to see the conversation. Has anybody downloaded in the chat? Can somebody tell us if on the chat, if you have downloaded? Because I have already downloaded oh, it's gone off. Yeah, there you go. And it's quite interactive and very easy to use. Okay, I use a tablet because I have iOS. iOS is coming next week, so Android is good. And I love the community part. It's quite interesting. So guys, check out on the community when you get there. We'll be having the women also spotlight being put there, as well as a group for us to exchange each other. And what I like about it is the connection of the agronomist if I have an issue with my farm. And you also have certification inside too, something else that you didn't mention, but I know certification is something most of our women are really struggling with, especially when they want to bring the product to the market. And you have one company. Can you tell us the company name that is behind this as well, so that they know about it? Because the details are quite important for our people, and the marketplace where they can even sell it. But the process, because they have to start from the farm. Let's figure it out. Let's say the potatoes are not working well, or the tomatoes or onions, yeah. And then you find you have to look for an agronomist. So you go in and search agronomy around your area, and they're there to answer your questions. And then you go to the next level. Fine, I have managed now. What do I do with packaging, right? I don't know how to do packaging. So you find somebody who can advise them how best to package and which area. And then you go to the next, even before you go to packaging, you also have the fertilizers and all these companies who are already on the app. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about those other services, the services that are included on the app, before we come to Silas?
Evans.
Yes.
You had the lady speak. So
yes.
Yeah.
I know you have him here.
Good. Just give me 1 minute so that I can connect again.
You can just tell us, or you want to show us, that's also fine. It's even better.
Yes.
I think showing is so good. So once you tap on this service provider, we have the farm support providers. We have a list of them. But for now, I'll just explain. We have the service provider, we have the development partners, and then we have the offtake partners. So once you tap on the service provider, you're going to have all, as you can see with that, if you can either tap on farm service provider or development partners or offtake partners. But for the purpose of just explaining, if you tap on the service provider, you're going to be taken to another list whereby you're going to have a list of them, of the farm support providers. Then from there, if you choose the service, then it's going to take you now to a list of all the service providers that have registered and their categorization. So you'll be having a category like agronomist, a category of agronomist. Then under agronomist, you are going to have a list of all agronomists that are existing with our system. Then under that agronomist will have the details, will have already supplied us with the details of what he does or what she does. Does he sell maybe the agrochemicals? Then from that, I'm having an issue with network. That's why you can see there is a progress bar. There is a scrolling. I wanted just to display, but for the purpose of the explanation. So I was saying, from here, you're going to proceed to somewhere, you'll have all the service providers that are offering different services. But now you cannot see them because they have been grouped. So you have to tap on something. For example, you have to tap on agronomist. Then you see a list of agronomists. Then you can choose, you can tap on the agronomist. Then at the agronomist, you see all the agronomists that we have. You can tap on that, a single agronomist. Then it's going to take you now to the profile of that agronomist, showing the products that he is selling and the contacts. Okay, you allow me to, first of all, to hold. Once once it's loads, then I'm going to get back
I think
to you.
I think we got that quite clearly. There is agronomists, those are the names I wanted to know of which other services are in there. So that's quite important for people to know, so that they know they're not missing out on anything as well on their side. So, but we'll come back to you later. We come back to you later, and can see the internet is not on your side today, but
Yes.
it shows that you need good internet, and that's something else. I think Alan also got a solution for it, how to solve that one. He's gonna tell us about that at the end, how the women can even go to some of the hotspots to do all these things at the same time. So the internet is provided, and then they can go home when they know they have done all their bookkeeping and all everything is intact, and download even their social platforms for the social part. So that's quite interesting as well. So let me get Silas. I can't wait. He's also going to give us a lot of information in terms of what we have missed as well. Welcome, Silas. Odiero, we love to see you here again as usual. The stage is yours. What the diaspora are here now, and they're asking, what is there for me? I'm not a farmer, so what do I do with this farmers app? Tell us.
Thank you, Joy. I think the two of you have given a powerful introduction to all of this. And as Alan was saying, there's little pieces of stories that are linked to this. And as Alan very well said, I'm the one that is in charge of bringing in investment and also opening up markets, and also the liaison for the diaspora. And I think, as Alan mentioned, we've been trying so many things. And the app is a solution to some of the problems that we bumped into. Trying to get investments and then ending up with problems like the ones that we face is something that we would be very happy to help the farmers in Africa avoid. And so as I come in, one of the things that I would like to probably really also appreciate is that, I look around and I see Africa, of course, I'm seeing Africa in all colors. And it is so beautiful for us to have come up with something that is built by Africans, for Africans, to sort out some of our problems. And I mean, I'm looking here and I can't see anybody that is not from Africa. We're all Africans. It's so beautiful. It's awesome. And so I say this, and I start from here because we are ambassadors out here. Alan, you're in the diaspora yourself. Of course, you're in Africa, but you're away from home. You're away from Kenya. But to us, the diaspora that is basically out of Africa, like myself and Joy and the rest, we have a mission to go back to our home countries and make a difference. And so that is why that there's a lot of passion behind all of this. And so Joy and myself are that bridge that will connect us back to our home country and bring that difference. And so we are doing it in several ways. And Joy, you've done a great job of pulling the women together that are in Europe. And now they're making a difference. And I know that you've got a SACCO that you put together just recently. And so one of the things that I would probably tell the diaspora, being one myself, is that this is a very great opportunity to be able to go back home and do something that you can one day fall back on. In Kenya, we have a company called Safaricom, and they came up with something called M-Pesa. And when it started, I was recently read from the chairman, and he said that when it started, he didn't know that it was going to change so many lives. And this is what Farmers Networks is about to do. And the diaspora have got the opportunity to play a role in that. And it's not going to be possible for us to keep thinking that we can be sending monies to sustain our families. But when we plug into something like this, I think it brings a real difference and brings we're not only bringing technology, we are bringing jobs, we are helping in so many ways, also because agriculture, from what I know, is probably the area that is going to make the next billionaires and millionaires in Africa. And so our young people must plug in now. So so basically, one of the things that we are doing right now is connecting to as many diaspora groups as possible. We have, as Joy said, we've right now signed with African Women in Trade. We're about to sign an MOU also with a very large group of diaspora. It's called One Voice Consortium, that has got about 140,000 members in it, and about 100 companies. We are about to sign also with PLO Lumumba Foundation. I think that through PLO Lumumba Foundation, we are actually about to get into Malawi and also Ghana to start doing some work there with the farmers. And so there's a lot that is going on, and there's every room for the diaspora to be able to plug in. We are actually right now proposing shares that will be rolled out anytime now. And one can buy shares. You can also come in as a service provider. There's so many ways that you can be able to participate. But I think that what we've done right now is to set the platform. Joy mentioned very well about the certifications, and we've got 2 certification bodies that are going to help our farmers to come to par with to be able to export to the foreign markets. We are plugging them into the supermarket chains in Germany, in Italy, in America, so that they can be able to, once they're certified by these certifying bodies, be able to connect to this market. So basically, that's just a little bit of what is going on at the background, Joy. If that probably answers a little bit of the question.
Yes, it answers quite a lot, meaning the diaspora are not left out. We are ready for you to get also support, because even as you said, we are also farmers. I know some of my AWE members are farmers, and they do farming from far, and they're doing amazing work as well. How can they trap this opportunity of coordinating all that as well and getting advice on the ground? And we see them all the time with the mobile WhatsApp phones and all that. So why not use a proper app that is going to help them even manage even much better? So this is something that I know you're really passionate about, making sure the diaspora are aware of this kind of opportunity, how they can trap it. As you had their shares, and I can see on the message, everybody's asking for the link for the app. They are wondering where is the link, guys. Technician, please, I've tried to get it for them. Send them link, please, on the WhatsApp, on the chat, so that they can start downloading, and they're looking for it. It's a leaf, and we keep showing you everywhere all those our platform, so that you are able to know how it looks like. It's very hard to show it from my phone, but I will share with you again. It's a leaf, and the farmers. If you go to the App Store, not apps. I think for the Android, it's called. Sorry, I'm an iPhone person. Please remind me. How is it called in Play Store, right?
I'll do that.
Play
I'll do that.
Yes.
Okay.
So Joy, while you are at it, I think I probably would like to help some of the diaspora know how they would plug into this. Joy, you just talk about the digital farmers. We've got a lot of people that are doing a lot of farming back at home, and sometimes they just do it on the phone. Most of them don't know what is happening. And one of the things that I think that our team has done and done very well is being able to geomap the farms and bring in the element of being able to invest in a farm and follow up what is going on in that farm, even when you don't know the farmer. So you can choose to sponsor a farm, invest in that farm, and be able to follow from here what is happening. The other thing that you can be able to do when you buy shares, you're basically supporting a lot of farmers in Kenya, a lot of farmers in South Africa, farmers in Namibia. And the other one thing that I think is going to be possible to do now with the app is if you are here and farming at home, whether you are in Namibia or Malawi, and you want a tractor, and your farm manager is telling you the tractor is costing 12,000, you can be able to hire the tractor from here and pay. You can be able to go into the geomap, locate your farm, locate the service providers around that area by name, plug into the business card that Evans told us about, and right from the app, you can be able to press and just get on phone with the owner of the tractor, agree with him on the price. Then he goes to your farm, he is done, you pay. You pay on the app, everything from the app. If there is a problem in your farm, you can hire an expert who goes to your farm and you pay them. So everything we can do much better than before because of the app. And the joy in all of this is also the way that this app brings together the whole of Africa. It is created a global village. And once we've consolidated Africa, we are now connecting Africa to the world. And I don't see any better way of getting our farmers to get to the next level than having a platform that allows you to be able to compete with all the tools in your hands and be able to have that global reach with your products and have all the experts to support you right close by you.
Thank you, and thank you so much. I can see they're all supporting here. I love the networking here. So they send me the photo. There you are. That's how the app looks like. If you're looking for it on your app stores or Android or Huawei, I got to know there's also other providers as well in Africa. It's also gonna go as well very soon, I'm hoping, also without the internet, who knows? And that's why we diaspora need to come in here and support as much as possible investing. So I'm calling out to you out there, if you're a diaspora or even farmers, because that's something else. It's not only the diaspora can invest, the farmers, women, it's a time to invest. And you know, sometimes some languages look very technical, like buying shares. You need to own a company. We're not going to do the way we use services and not own companies. We need to move from there. We need to use the services and own the companies as well, so that when they make benefit, you also benefit as well. So I'm also encouraging also farmers, whoever is in that area, or even service provider, to go and you can contact me. I'll be giving you information on how to get those shares. So info@africanwomenin-europe gmail.com. I have so many African women in Europe, African women in trade, all of them. So feel free to reach out to me. I've shared the links already on the chat, and I'll share as well on YouTube. I know YouTube, we are having issues with the chat, but it's there. I'm going to share with you as well there, so that you are all connected and know what is there for you. So that's very important for letting us know all this. And I see we're getting on the time, we are getting to there, but I know people are ready for questions. Questions are rolling, and I'm seeing all the cameras are going on now. So that means questions are coming. And I'm going to ask you, if you have questions, you can raise up your hand so that we can, and remember we are here we are actually recording. So be ready that, or you're okay with your video on, that's up to you. And also, if you want to not have video, is also your choice as well. Also, you can ask the questions. We also have the chat there, And I'm sure Silas has been checking there to see if there's any questions. You have all the links have been showered on you there with how to get that app as well. So I want to hear if everyone or anyone was successful to download it and how it was. And as I said, it's a work in progress. So don't press some buttons and wonder what is not happening. It's gonna be released very soon for you to see some of them. So so if your hand is up, I'm gonna be taking hands up as we go to that area of asking questions now. And just to also, before we go there, as I wait for you to ask your questions, just remember that officially we have signed the MOU, so we are in, and the Africa Women in Trade and Africa Women in Europe, you're gonna be benefiting from these as well. And so you will be really encouraged. I'll be sharing with you a form for you to fill if you want to also start being part of this whole journey. And then we can upload you as well on the app. And this will be coming to you through our email. So don't forget, if you're our member, you're part of all this, and you'll be we've been getting all the support as well on this platform as we go on. And it's a very good way of showing that when we work together, we support each other as well in whatever we do. So to be our member or our African Women in Trade, you can always check on our platforms. The website are very clear, and we'll be sharing the form for you to fill in as well. So I'm not seeing any question. I'm surprised.
I think there's a question there, Joy. Someone basically is asking how they can, someone is asking more information about the shares, and I think that is very important. Basically, I must start by saying that we have no intention of going to any bank. God has been faithful, and he has provided for the means to be able to bring the app to where it is. And we want to give the first opportunity to the farmers, and then to the diaspora, and of course, people back in Africa, to have a piece of what is happening here. This thing belongs to Africa. And that is why all the engineers are African, all the directors are African. Of course, we might invite a few people just to connect Africa to the rest of the world, like I said, because it's about plugging into opportunities and whatever they will be. So having said that, for you to be able to buy shares, and we floated very few shares, also to make it easy intentionally, because we want to concentrate on getting the job done. We don't want to be selling shares for the rest of our life. So we've floated a very small percentage. And so it is a first come, first serve. And we've got shares that are around about 2 million, around about 2 million shares that we are selling. Out of the 25 million. So, it's a very small amount. And once it's done, we'll have to close down and concentrate on getting the job done. And maybe in future we float again. But the price might vary quite a bit also because of the nature of the business. And once everybody comes in, it might be a little challenging to be able to buy at the same price that we'll be floating it at right now. So one share would be costing 30 Kenyan shillings. You can translate that into your currency. I think in euro, it's around about 25 cents. And the way to get the shares is you write to invest at Farmers Networks up at farmersnetworks.africa. I think you want to put that on the screen. Joy, you have it. Invest at Farmers Networks.
Yeah, we are going to share with them once they get to the emailing side.
Okay. So basically, you send an email and express your interest. You say how many shares you want. You give us also your bio, your details, just so that we know you, because we are not selling to everyone. We need to look up the people that are buying so that we don't end up getting people in that might cause problems in terms of security. You all know that there is a lot of checkup on the nature of the business that we are opening, because it's a public limited company. We're regulated by the government. So we have to really watch out who's buying. So you send out an application on the email that has been given on the screen. Then we will come back to you, we'll respond with an offer letter, giving you the details of how to pay. Then once you make the payments, then we will basically send out a digital certificate, and then we'll follow it up with the physical one, which will send you through courier. And so that's a little bit about how you can go about acquiring shares. Alan, I don't know if I forgot something or if maybe there's something that I missed out. Alan, you want to say something?
I think you're going well. And there is so much to say. What we have said is the tip of an iceberg. They will be hearing more and more stories. Depending on the question that somebody asks, we will give a different story. Somebody will talk about an investment story, we'll tell them a story. And what I would like to add on to it is that it's not just a story. I'm reading here, somebody called Roslyn is already on the app. And she says, congratulations, it looks really great, and so much going on. So the story is actually real. That is what Roslyn is saying.
Yeah.
Go on, Silas.
Good.
I think that's quite intense. I think that's the information you've shared, people are getting it. I'm just minding of the time, just to allow people to ask questions. I don't know why people today are not asking. You don't want to raise hands. Okay, fine. We're gonna go off YouTube and ask questions. Maybe some people are shy with going on live, and then we can ask the question in here so that people can ask whoever is ready to ask the question. So we're gonna be going off YouTube. But thank you everybody on YouTube for joining us. And please, this is recorded. Keep checking it. Email us, africawomenintrade@gmail.com. Check on our website, www.africawomenintrade.com as well. It's on our website, and you have all this information that you're seeing that we'll be sharing you over and over as it's coming in more and more. So feel free to keep checking that as well on your side. So for now, I hope there's some more questions coming up, because I wanted also to finish with a video of what the app has done during the launch. The launch just happened not long ago, and that was almost, it feels like last week, but it was 2 weeks ago, right? That now it has already been launched, and now you can download it. We have given you the links, check on it, and we have shared with you how it looks like on the app stores and all the others. iOS is coming out very soon. So next week, I know I had tomorrow actually, not next week. So Kenyan next week, Kenya tomorrow. So we have to make sure that we keep to deadlines. And now what I have to admit, you all kept all your deadlines, and you promised and you delivered. And so we are so happy. That's why we are happy to work with you in the future. And we go on. I want to thank Alan for being there for us the whole time, keeping us updated. Silas, thank you for reaching out to me. Joy, here you are. Come back here. We have something for you as well to be part of. Yeah. I really appreciate that as well. And it's about working together with other diaspora. If anybody else is interested, feel free to email us as we move on to the next level. But I'm going now to go on the live stream, and then we are going to continue the discussion here, asking questions. If you have any, feel free to ask questions or even raise it. So thank you so much, and I wish you a good evening, everybody else on the YouTube, and we'll catch up again. Don't check out on all our upcoming webinars as well. Thank you.
Joy, you have some questions there?
Yes, we are going to go to the questions now. So just to see, as we are going right now live on YouTube, we will share with you the link. So welcome everyone. So let us know where you're listening up from, and we'll be sharing with you more information about who we are, where we are from. Yes, I'm here, I'm Anne, and I'm hearing you from AG Network Kigali, Rwanda. Thank you for that. I'm happy to have you here on board. I can see we also have from South Africa, Pretoria. Thank you so much for joining us. Cape Town, South Africa, well represented. Share with your friends so that they can be able to join us. We are also live on African Women in Trade channel. You will be seeing all our work there as well. So today is a day where we have the youth presenting their work, and we are so excited of them being part of us and engaging with us all through, especially helping us women and bringing up the best out of the packages of between women and youth. As you all know, Africa Women in Trade is for not only for the women, it's also for the youth under 35 years. And we have been working together closely, and today their webinar is specifically to do with that, sharing us about their work and what they have been doing for the past few the first month. As we all know, we've launched in just a few days. So thank you so much, those ones who are listening to us. I can see Kenya is also here. Mercy Sino, welcome. Let me know where you're listening us from. Also on YouTube, we would love to hear more where you're listening us from. And if you're here, one of the administrators there will share the YouTube link as well here so that we can all be enlightened of the discussion for today. So just to get us started, I'm just going to give you an overview who we are and what we are doing at the moment. And I'll be sharing my screen to inform you a little bit of what we have been up to. And we have so much planned, especially with the youth. We have youth in the mind, and we are really looking forward to making sure that we are able to work with you as much as we can in the future and as well as now. So I'm having a little bit trouble to share the screen, but I will be doing that in a short while. And between now and then, I would love to know whether all our guests are here. We are also having issues from South Africa. I know internet is not always on your side. Sometimes we have issues. Sometimes it's perfect. It's all technology, and we are all living with it to the day to day. And in between, I want to hear more about you listeners, where you're listening us from. Let us know where you're listening from so that we can engage with you as much as possible and get to know you as well and what you're doing. And also share with us your websites as well. We are happy to know where you are listening us from. So African Women in Trade, as I prepare the platform, it was launched in January, and the whole aim is to make sure that we can connect with the Africa women on the ground as one of the product of Africa Women in Europe. As you can see on my back screen, I'm the founder of African Women in Europe, and my name is Joy Tense. And it was an initiative of us. How can we go back and give back to the community of what we have been doing in the past years, share our experiences, and support African women in trade as well as youth. And from there, we decided we are going to go straight and support you in terms of projects and continue with so many things that we have seen in the past that you have been doing amazing work. And from the members, we talk to the members, ask them what support do they need from our side. And we noticed there's so much that we could support. And we were lacking just a little bit of support to know which areas to go. So from there, we came up with several pillars to see, and we asked you, as we said, we are design thinking. We want to work with our women and youth on the ground, knowing their challenges so that we can really be able to support. And so out of that, we were able to find out that you all need so many support, but the pillar one that we saw was mainly to do with a capacity building, a lot of training, information, which was a very important one, and I'll be sharing with you with that. And information was the key of so much that we needed to do with all of you. And at the end of the day, we did have quite a lot of support from you, and from there we noticed the market access was a big issue as well. And from basically starting from simple things like getting your product out. Sorry, I can see the SharePoint is coming up now. You can see what I'm talking about with the pillars and who we are. So this is one of the projects, one of the information that we wanted to share with all of you, sharing with you exactly what our program was aiming at. So so at the end of all these survey that we did with all the women on the ground, and I also mentioned to you our story where we all started from African women in trade was created by the need of African women in Europe, and I mentioned to you much earlier because this was our aim of the agenda after the 10th anniversary. African women in Europe has been there for over 15 years, and we were really looking forward to support. So we have 2 projects, and one of them is the African Women in Trade. And our vision is to create a platform to connect, enable African women and youth to trade in the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. As I told you, Africa Continental Free Trade Area was started in January, and it was the best vehicle as us diaspora to hop in. And I can tell you, it's a vehicle we are looking forward to work with them very closely and following up the rules and the regulations. And our mission also is to create a network where African women and youth can access information regarding Africa Continental Free Trade Area, providing market access, and that is regional, global level of, and offer capacity building and financial access through grants and investments. And I can tell you all these projects are going on as we speak. And these are the pillars we are going to be focusing on according to your feedback, according to your wishes as the African women in trade and the youth. So we have been sharing with you a lot of information, and if you are one of our members, you get this information probably every day. There's a lot of webinars going on, a lot of information about Africa Continental Free Trade Area, and we want you not to miss out. So this is one of the one thing that we do a lot, market access, and I'll be showing you a case that we actually managed to do, support some of you who are doing great work, and you're going to do that also in the future. Investments as well, we have already over 10 people already we are working on to find for them investments to grow their business, to scale up, so that they are ready for a market. And capacity building is one of them that we are also working very closely also with our own platform, our academy, as well as working with other organizations. Some of you have had SheTrade has been giving you a lot of training, and they will be here as well giving you this information as well in the future. And we are really excited about these projects because they're going to be helping us, all of us, to grow to the next level after our 9 months knowing each other, getting to learn about each other. So our areas of interest, as you can see, is agriculture, export, import, finance, women, of course, and the youth program, construction and manufacturing industry, and as well as technology. So it's something that we are really focusing on right now, and especially with the agribusinesses. So if you're one of you, you should be joining us on our platform and getting to know more about us. So this is one of the cases I wanted to show you as we speak as of today. We launched in January. We can successfully tell you we are already having products already here in Europe. We know these are low-hanging fruit. We are targeting more inter-trade marketing in the continent, but you're working quite a lot as well. But before that, since you're here in Europe, we are able to market your products. So we have coffee from Kenya. We're very proud of the Eva coffee. Now, as you can see, it has our logo on. Very proud of it. Came here smelling very nicely. We have to check the logistics. We have to now to look for the market for it, branded, packed, everything in Africa, because we all want to make sure all these products you see here, especially with the mustard tea from Nigeria, they're all packed and value added already in the continent. So our idea is to make sure that we bring products that are already packaged and build a supply chain that is going to be sustainable globally as well. So these are already a good success we want to share with you. We also have so many services that are coming up. I'll be sharing this document with you as well. It's very new. This is the updated version of this year as for the African women in trade, so that we can move faster, targeting and a focus, very focus oriented organization. So we have a team that are working behind us, and the team is ever growing. We have Kenya, we have Rwanda team, we have South Africa and the youth, and Ghana, as well as Rwanda. And all these ladies, as you can see, and gentlemen, they have been presenting webinars and what are trading opportunities in these countries in the past months. So check out on that on our YouTube channel, and you can see quite informative information for you. And this will be going on again in the future as we continue with more conferences for you. Of course, we have partners. We are working very close with the African market in Europe.